Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. I'm your host, Andrew, and tonight we'll be continuing with Alan Wake. Now, last time we finished up Chapter 2, and we'll be moving on to Chapter 3. At least I'm pretty sure they are chapters. I can never remember. I'm thinking with the whole, book thing, they should be chapters. Wow, that's loud. So much louder than the game. Alright. Boop. Boop. Alright, let's get over here to the game in question. There it goes. Alright. What the... This better be in the same spot. I'm going to be very annoyed if it's not.
Help you folks?
Aha, it is.
Name's
Good.
Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and, get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Damn. Out of the way. I'm looking for pages and coffee.
Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Yep, be right there. Nice, boat?
Just follow me. It's not far.
Yep, I'll keep following you. Oh, large metal box. Anything back here? Nope.
Listen, I got things to do. This place don't run itself.
I always appreciate it when they put in stuff like that.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Oh, give me a break, mister. Can we just get a move on?
Oh, what is this? Oh, it's the hot dogs. It's the hot dog trailer that the one shadowy dude was going all crazy about. Oh, is it back here? It is back here. Alright, so nothing up there. Alright.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, pal. I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Yeah, she's the lady who's
The
concerned with
lamp
the
lady?
lights.
She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Yeah, because of the shadow thing.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Uh-huh.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
Seriously, you didn't notice the weird way she was talking? Like, at all? Not even a little? Alan Wake, the unobservant.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
The TV. Oh, the face on the TV was good.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane.
That's not
The
good.
genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Man, these photos make me look so much better. Like, ridiculously better. It's almost like they're the real Alan Wake, and I'm just a cheap facsimile.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road. Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Nice.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Except for this manuscript page. What page was it? Dang it, it didn't go to it. I mean, it was probably the This one?
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Oh, great! Great! It was definitely the right page, though. At least. Tired. Alright. So I need a flashlight and a gun. You'd think, you know, trailer park, America, you know, remote town, plenty of guns everywhere. Oh, hello, radio.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, Pat, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I ain't the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know?
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny. You know Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, you know, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, you know, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me out on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, you know, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. You know, something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I better go.
Well, Walt, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure you will walk away?
Yeah, not totally eerie at all. Would like it if people would stop, you know, knocking me out and doing other things to make me lose days of time.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move
Hemingway.
a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Spillane!
Man, Remedy making use of that Max Payne style bullet time.
I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
Back into the woods again.
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Make it easy on him.
Don't let him get away. Move it. I'll have your shot if you let him get away.
Not that way.
Stop running! Please! Okay, men, keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
I don't know. Where did I go? I think those cops are as bad as shots as that stupid kidnapper guy. Oh, page.
He's gone. Come on, guys. We need to head him off.
At the pass? You gonna head me off at the pass? Oh, the dark prison sleeps.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Great, just what I don't need. Shadow. I do not need darkness stuff now. Oh, great! Oh, great! That's a page. Uh-huh. Oh, that was a new page.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. Pretty girl, she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over.
Nightingale, over.
What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me he fired at Wake, and he didn't have a gun. You almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase. I don't have time for this.
Well, make the time. You can't just go shooting at people in my town. Over.
I'm a federal agent pursuing a fugitive. You want to discuss my methods, Sheriff? Make an appointment.
Great, it's a federal agent who flies off the handle.
I'm on my way. Out.
A federal agent who's out of control.
Search the area. Stay sharp.
Yeah, stay sharp. Nobody look up.
Over here! Hey! Who's
That's not good.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Can I finally get some equipment?
Agent Nightingale. I've lost contact with most of the men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're
Hey, man.
not him. Who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Like, seriously, banging on a man's jacket just because you don't like tweed? Come on, lady.
on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run.
I mean, there's this rock. Oh, fun. Oh man. Now we're in Firewatch.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on.
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet it does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Ah. Radio station. Guess that's where I gotta go. See stuff down below, too. Nothing around here? No.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Well, that's not good.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
How about that light? That seems like a good light. Doesn't look like the best cable. Don't know if I trust it.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Oh, I'm on a timer, aren't I? Oh, right. Oh. There we go. Oh, the sparks are a timer. Interesting. Nifty way of doing a timer. Alright. Let's continue through this gate. definitely need a flashlight, though. And a gun. A gun would be good. Oh, yay, flashlight. Alright. Oh, I got a few batteries. Maybe I don't want to disintegrate the screaming gates. Maybe I just want to go the other way. And ignore them, or maybe jump over this fence. 'Cause, you know, come on, Alan, you can climb that fence.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Yeah. Okay, so I got flashbangs. That seems pretty good when my enemy is the darkness.
Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
There's the hood of the car.
You have the right to remain silent.
Oof. Yeah, those are good. Okay, so I'm gonna need more flashbangs. Or a gun. I could do with a gun. Really? These dudes are gonna run me out of flashbangs.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Ah, it's on the manuscript page. Ah, crud. Wish I'd gotten all of them with one, but oh well. Alright, what is this one? Rose touched by the
dark presence. Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee.
Oh, that was that one. I guess I read the wrong one earlier. Oh well. Yep, definitely gonna run out of flashbangs. a bucket. Ow. Jerk. Fine. Go away. Oh, yellow. Okay, better than nothing. Trying to figure out what that yellow was, though. Really? Yellow somewhere around here. It's up here. Maybe up here. Ah, it's up here. Yep, here we go. Secrets. Okay. Snow in the dark, yeah. Oh, some flares. That's handy. Really wish I had a gun, though. Oof. Checkpoint.
I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Oh, why, hello, Lorna. What do you have for me? What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us normal citizens instead of wasting resources on those people.
Oh, wow.
Well,
let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
How can I be sure?
Alright, so nothing here. In we go. Man.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt us.
Oh, Dan Brown? Okay,
everyone
sure.
calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Like, dude, you keep shooting at me. Of course I'm gonna run. Like, come on.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
Page. Reach the train depot. Can I finally get a gun? Alright. Which page was that? Nightingale in the radio
Nightingale
station.
stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Oh great, more flares. Which would be fine if flares actually killed the things, but they don't. They just hold them at bay. Okay. Okay. Dealt with those guys. Don't think I've... Is this the way I'm supposed to go? Oh, guess it is. Maybe. Don't know if I'm going the right way or not. Okay, so it's that way. Alright, so let's go up the hill. Check what's up here first. this is a long walk. Not sure if this is where I want to go. Or if this is where I came from. Oh, this is up to the radio tower. Wonder what's up here. Let's go find out. Oh, page. Page I had not gotten before.
Danny had stepped out, but what stumbled back in was something else. Something alien. A monster. Walter tried to kill it, first with his fists, then a chair. It wouldn't die. Instead, it kept coming, unaffected by the beating it had taken. After Walter managed to kick it down the cellar stairs, fear took over. He ran, got behind the wheel, gunned the engine. The booze wouldn't make him forget, but he knew he had to try.
Fun. So that's what was all the way up here. Just a page that was miles and miles away from everything. Oh, now I gotta go back down again. I mean, at least you put like a thermos up here too. Make it really worth it. Maybe some of those cans I need to shoot over. Oh. Aha, spoke too soon. There was a thermos up here. Gotta get all that coffee. Birds. Gotta get down to the depot. E is in case, just in case it respawns those guys. Oh yeah. I was afraid of that. This is why we have flashbacks.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Yes, it does. Shotgun, yay. see. They give me a bunch of ammo. Come on! What the? Wow. Yeah, just get me stuck. That was annoying. Like, that whole encounter wouldn't have been so bad if, like, he'd actually dodged worth anything. Dropped a bunch of frames there for a bit. Oh well. What page was that?
The bulldozer's engine roared to life.
Oh, great.
Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
That seems bad.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Yeah, sure, seems legit.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. I'm so afraid. He keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. something else? Looking out from behind your eyes?
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Page. Attacked by a possessed
The
object.
pipe
Great.
wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Oh. Dang, full up. Well, more flares. And I'm full on batteries and pistol ammo. I think there's more pistol ammo. And more batteries. Alright. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow. Dang it, pipe.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Okay. That wasn't too bad. Didn't get hit, so that's good. Whew. Jerk wheelbarrow. Ooh, manuscript page.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Great.
As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story.
No.
Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
Better flashlight. What? Come on. What? There we go. Alright, now I got the bigger flashlight. Which is good, because bigger flashlight is better, but bad, because it means more or worse enemies. Probably both. I think this is just has a longer focus time. Yeah, it's got more battery life. Oh, great. Well, I'm full up on pistol rounds, and I'm full up on batteries, so... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that figures. It's open. Yeah. Messages are real good at stating obvious. Oh, TV. Night Springs.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they're
Keeping
merely
them
a
off. Couch
thin
potato.
veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derlis' trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
They're vampires. Or zombies.
Well, I'm glad you changed your mind.
Evil cult.
Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition.
but you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory.
Oh, so they're an evil... Yeah.
Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
So, yeah, they're a Lovecraft-style cult. Fun. Ooh, page. Wake attacked by the dark breath.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Oh, great. Well, that's gonna be fun. Ow. That hurt. Stupid staircase. Oh, I just tried that. Wonderful. Dodge out. It just got me stuck on it. It got me stuck on the frickin' geometry. Oof. Oh, there's a third box. Like, when would you actually have a chance to grab these? Like, it takes too long. Alright. So I'm maxed out on pistol rounds. Got plenty of flares. No. Truck? Ah, truck. Cutscene.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Alright, so that'll take us up to our first break. When we come back, more Alan Wake. So, back in a couple of minutes. And we're back. There we go. Let us resume game. Continue on our way to the coal mine. Because that's a great idea. Let's just go into a coal mine. Why can't I take the truck? Oh, can I take the truck? Aha. I can. Good.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Check this cliff real quick. Don't think there's anything out here, but you never know. Alright, nothing out there. That's right, Alan Wake, the most leisurely GTA game. Man, Alan, you get winded way too easily. I mean, I can just go up these stairs. Get this truck up here. Oh, radio.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Do 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 do. Alright. So let's get this other vehicle. Go drive all the different trucks. Down there? Guess not. No, don't see anything. Hill. Trucks you lower here. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna take that car now. Be pretty great. All these people come back, they find their vehicles like, you know, one building down the road from where they parked it. Then the question is, who parked all these vehicles here? Because seriously, I guess all the Shadowmans, but... Ooh, a radio.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
All right. New car. Well, old car, but new to me. That looks like a building I can go into. Nothing? Oh, not all the way at the top yet. Gotta go all the way up. Ah, there we are. I don't know which one it was. Oh, do I only have nightmare pages left? No. Yes, okay. So I've gotten all of the normal pages. Alright. So let's continue our drive. It's like driving a boat. Oh, visitor parking. Oh, I should go this way then.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Ooh, read. While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines. Interesting. I'm sad I can't push that. Though it's probably been welded in place. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich, but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. Oh, you don't say! Oh, another page. Okay, will it show up the correct one? Ah.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now, many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks. Museum entrance. Ah, cutscene. Okay.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by you.
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Oh, ammo that I don't really need. Take the shotgun ammo though. Apparently I can still pick that up. One sec. Yeah. Alright, so oh. This seems unsafe. Page was that? Dang it. Infinite ammo crate. And another revolver. Though how you'd manage to get this far without one, no idea. Okay. Oh, more flashbangs. That's nice. Ah, dang it. Wrong button. Alright. Oh, I can go up there. So I gotta go up there. Could have thrown a flashbang in there, probably would have worked better.
What the hell?
Well, that's not good.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Handy truck. Saving me ammo. Oh. Hello, flare gun. Oh, I don't like shutting off power. Supposed for that though. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Hello, truck. We getting out of here? Yep. Some things the easy way, with a truck. I mean, the really easy way is to use the flare gun, but truck. At least I don't have to dodge stuff. Replacement flare. And bullets. I mean, may as well. And more bullets that I can't use because I'm full. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of guys. Yeah, I think I've kind of figured that out. Yellow sign. Up this ladder. Conspicuous chair. Oh, manuscript page. Dang it. Oh, great. In we go. More batteries and more bullets. Oh, I can't use the bullets. Of course.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were Standard Power Company equipment.
You think? You know, just burning away the darkness with my flashlight. Can I take the truck? I want to take the truck. Guess I can't take the truck. Oh well. Oh great. Okay. Alright, manuscript page. Which page was it? Oh. Wake and Barry in the cell.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Do 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 do. Okay. So go to this. We'll go check up here. Secrets. More flashbangs. That's what I thought. Jerks. So net gain 1 or 2 flashbangs, yeah. It's not bad. See if there's anything out here. Probably not. Nope, nothing. Alright. So yeah, I gotta go across.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Come on. Come on. There we go. Yes. The good shotgun. Pump shotgun. Significant improvement. Ah, I see. So I can go either way. It's just a matter of getting there. Wow, this thing holds a lot of rounds. Oh. Definitely worth it. Totally worth it. Don't like it when it's this like this out, all shadowy and stuff. Nice. That is very good. Okay, that's not good.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Stop running, you jerk. Seriously? Flare.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Oh, fun. Don't know why I keep dropping frames. Doesn't make sense. Last night I didn't drop any at all. Internet must not be as stable today, I guess. Vacant case.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Gray Peak Gorge, originally founded in 1928, the Gray Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners faced on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years here were buried there, a grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Gray Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. batteries? Batteries. Alright. So we got a few flares. Got plenty of ammo. More battery. That's not a good sign. Explains the excessive amount of batteries. Definitely the reason for all the batteries. I'm gonna go get some of them now. Get the batteries. There we go. Must be up here. Oh, I'm gonna have more objects flying at me, aren't I? For that tree. That tree is a real lifesaver. Okay, so that's blocked off. Guess we're going in the building.
I needed a key for the door.
Where was the key? I gotta find the stupid key. In the shed. Ah, it's in the shed. Well, at least the keys are never far away. Oh.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawled back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
How about you make it nice and calm, and that way I don't have to keep shooting people. Oh, flare gun ammo. Gotta get more of that. Pull a rifle. I mean, yeah? I don't have as much rifle ammo, but the fact that they're giving me a rifle makes me think I probably am going to need it. Plus, I think it's more damage than the shotgun. No, not the darkness, just Bigfoot. Clearly that's what that was. Ooh, hallmarks.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
We got more flare gun ammo. Wow. Well, guess I got 6 rounds. Guess I'll use them. I got more flare gun ammo than I have regular flares, which is surprising.
Birds.
I need collapsing walkways and birds. That's right, go away. Explains why they gave me all these flare gun rounds. Danger, do not enter. Well, entering anyway. Exit the silver mine. Sure, I'll get right on that. Forgot how long this chapter was. Man. Still only on chapter 3. And I started, like, at the trailer park. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. I mean, this seems like a bad idea. Yeah, this seems like a bad idea.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Yep, bad idea.
Alice?
Sure. I mean, I'll go back in a second. Gotta explore that other area. After all, there might be a thermos or a stack of cans. That's more important, right? What are these flares? Battle arena. Well, it's down the other way then. Weird. Don't know which way I'm supposed to go. Wonder if it matters. It might not. Well, let's go this way then. Page.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Hunters taken.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Okay, so that's a checkpoint. So this time, on this episode, spelunking with Alan Wake. Sprinting around a cave. Getting mildly winded after running for a couple of feet. Yep, they definitely wanted me to take the rifle. So I had to reload it. Good. So our choice of pads doesn't... Ah, I guess there is only one. Yep, only up there. Alright.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
I mean, probably. This super complicated puzzle. I actually appreciated not having super complicated puzzles, because that would suck. That would be really annoying. Keep going that way. There we go. Oof, whipped around there a little quick. All right. Hey, checkpoint. Alright, climbing up. Man, powerful kick. Awfully strong legs for someone who can't run very far. Check up here first. Oh, flares. Good. Need more flares. And manuscript page.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Great. Oh, wait. No, back up. Forgot to do the focus. Got one bunch of them. Where the others went doesn't matter. I'm getting close to the max on flare gun rounds. Alright, checkpoint.
Great. Another cable car. Just great.
Yeah, this will go well. I made it close to the end. Come on.
Shit.
Checkpoint. More rifle rounds. Definitely getting the feeling they want me to use this. Cauldron Lake. Cauldron Lake, the 8th deepest lake in the world. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself can be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. Yeah, just having so much fun out here in this nice recreational area. So, you know, relaxing. Ignoring the near-endless stream of axe murderers. Oh, great. Rickety footbridge. With clearly very rotted ropes. hate that freaking charge. It like won't let me dodge it at all. Well, there's a page, which I will go and grab in a second. Ah, here we go. More stuff. Uh-huh. Really should just use this. Mott at Cauldron Lake.
Mott had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Nice push. Oh, great. Unlike a ruined old house. Do I really have to go in the basement? Why did that make the locking noise? The locked door noise. Of course, I gotta go in the basement. Oh, great. Thomas Zane. Tom. I miss you, Tom. Tom. Talks to me on TV. Fun. Okay, so they give me all of the different ammos. And a whole lot of flares. Oh, this is gearing up for a boss fight, isn't it? Of some kind. I love the obvious giveaway of a room full of stuff. Stronger than shotgun. Kills those heavy dudes in one shot instead of two. But I suppose it does have a real slow refire. Okay, we continue.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Oh, a page.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Yeah, great.
Wait! Are you? Wait! Hey, I'm here! I'm coming! No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear, I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Ah! Ah!
Great. Alright, so next checkpoint, we need to go on our second break, which hopefully should be right up ahead. Oh, cutscene. That's not good. Aha! End of the chapter. End of episode 3.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Episode 4, The Truth.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan. Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Alrighty, so that'll take us up to our second break. When we come back, more Alan Wake. So, back in a couple of minutes. And we're back with more Alan Wake. We just woke up in place and
there were
been
only
drugged.
empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Night Springs for the Xbox 360. Fun. Night Springs, the video game by Remedy. Man, I want to play that game now. Would like to know how this person managed to hook up in a 360 to an old, like, portable dial television.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Painters.
This way, Alan.
Anderson. Aw. Oh, fun. Yeah, that's a pretty good painting. Totally doesn't represent this game at all. Totally not.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions.
Don't worry, he'll be
unusual
surprised when the
thinking,
shadow
an
people
obsession
show up.
about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
I mean, good job summing it up, but
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up.
If it's all in my head,
Apart
why
from
am
the
I
tragic
wearing the
accident
same
with your wife,
clothing
no one has been
that I
killed.
have been wearing
Your delusions
for
are just a
apparently
manifestation
weeks?
of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind?
No.
You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
What if I'm a video game protagonist and all this stuff is real? What then? Beyond the shadow you settle for. It was a miracle illuminated. TZ, in the memory of a dear friend and a poet. Aw. Could have made out what time it was. Aha. 6. It's a weird sundial.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast.
You
well,
don't say.
No matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't
it's an
want
immense
to
relief.
admit
None of
that
this
you're
is
not
happening.
well?
I'm just crazy.
It's very natural for you to think of me as your
Doesn't
enemy.
seem like a relief.
It's part of the illness.
I let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You
focused.
need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Sure, everything doesn't revolve around me except the only painter
I guess I'd better start wrapping this up.
is painting
The
just me.
storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Alan, please. This way. Come, Alan. This way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
These guys again.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
Night Springs,
I
the board
hope it
game.
wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Aha. Page.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens. What were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Okay, so I'm missing 2 pages at the end. And a nightmare page, but can't get those, so.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
What the? Read. Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask friends and family to schedule visits beforehand. Ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and/or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes. Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored to you. Engagement therapy, TM, and its sister method, the flow, TM, work best when you are actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them. I kind of did, and he kind of doesn't believe me. Don't worry, when the shadow monsters attack, you'll find out.
So you can't wake up because I'm in charge now and I don't want to disappear. My nightmare is the publisher people who want to make a contribution so they can say they made a contribution. And then we end up with mullets in there because they think Mullets are funny, but it wasn't supposed to be about mullets, and now it's about mullets. And when it's in slow motion, they call it mullet time because the numbers came back from marketing that mullet time is the hook we needed to go big in the target demographic.
Oh, no.
And they're not even kidding. They say it all like serial killers with straight faces and smiles. My nightmare is the writers who want to make everything from the characters to the toasters talk all the time and express their feelings so they won't shut up. And the writers won't shut up either because they have feelings too. And I have to listen to them because they're not scared of me. And everyone should just shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But I don't see nightmares anymore because I'm too scary for them.
Just
I
keep
take
going.
2 pills every morning and 1 with every meal and 4 when I go to bed. And that makes me the scariest nightmare of all.
Good for you. Return to my room? But why would I return to my room? Creator's Dilemma, the engaging new book by Dr. Emil Hartman, the author of best-selling Creative Flow, his groundbreaking techniques, engagement therapy, TM, and the Flow TM. Explained in his own words. Now available in bookstores across the country.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
You don't say. What the... There's a code here on this wall. I wonder if it actually did anything. Too bad I don't have a smartphone to scan it with. Conspicuous generator.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Hey, painter guy, you might want to pack it in. Gonna be a rough night.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Great. Oh. Fancy owl. Death rally. Oh, it isn't Alan Wake. Okay, yeah, this is a sequence. It's a storyboard sequence. Well, level design set with storyboards. Interesting.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer? I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they? Ha ha! Nah! Ah, ha, ha.
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
More concept art. Or just kind of nifty art. Bit freaky, but
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Great.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds! Seriously! Do you have
Barry?
any idea?
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office. It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Little too smug about that one.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
racing. Bunch of drift racing. Mustang trip. Wow. Kind of rising at.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Access to thousands of applications? Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest game.
Gotta get this thermos.
Hey, come on!
Gotta get me my coffee.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Take flashlight.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
I like that he's like, oh, it's not much of a maze. Good to hear.
Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here!
More flares, good. Alright.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Don't trust Emil?
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-side stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, It felt strangely appropriate.
Al, be careful! I can see them moving around! They're coming for you!
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Well, Hartman didn't plan well enough.
Fighting it makes people sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and cold. You get 3 pills in the evening. Oh, man. You'll sleep like a baby. Like things that way we don't have any trouble. Don't have to orders everybody. Stop struggling. Just
Oh, flare gun. Uh-huh. Wasn't too bad, aside from the birds. Birds were annoying. Stuff, yes. Shotgun.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Mm-hmm.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Alright, full-on handgun ammo. Meal made Tom do it. Flare gun rounds. Yeah, great. Bunch of flares. Ammo, batteries.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he'd had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Ew.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it! It's gotta be here! Just hang on, Al! Oh, hey! I found a quarter! Wait, that's a twig! Here it is! Now I found the key! Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest. You're now leaving Bright Falls.
Nice
Come
to
back
see
soon,
you're
son.
understanding.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
That seems bad.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out! God damn it, Al, talk to me!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's a good place to call it for the night. Nice cliffhanger and a story that loves doing that. So, yeah. Yep. Boop. 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 So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Next stream will be the, what is it? The 20th at 9 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time as usual. Hopefully we won't be starting like 10 minutes late like we were today. But yeah, so yeah, also next time we'll probably be streaming more Alan Wake. Most likely, we'll be continuing with Alan Wake on through the weekend, I would imagine. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and if you like what you saw, go ahead and, follow the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe, those always help. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and have a good night.